Hello and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4. I am Lord Forwind, here playing as the Shimazu in Japan. And I think we might actually be the largest daimyo in Japan already. Isn't that amazing? One war, or well, we're close. We're definitely one of the largest daimyo in Japan. However, we are going to not be fighting any wars for like 5-6 years easy. Because we expanded so rapidly and so far. We are going to, if we can, I'd like to keep this fort. It'll be ridiculously expensive to maintain, but if I do, it'll make it much harder for me to lose any of these wars. Anyhow, so first war, in case you guys missed it, although if you're here, I highly doubt you did. We wiped out the Ito, and we also wiped out their allies, the Uchi, up here. Pardon to any Japanese speakers, because I don't really know how to pronounce these things perfectly. So anyway, we took them out, and we seem to have secured our position in Japan, which helps. Hopefully, once all the lands are integrated and everything, we're going to try to avoid raising autonomy if we can. We'll see. Then we should be capable of fighting pretty much any of the minor daimyos 1 or 2 on 1. The next goal is to... Actually, I could do it now. Yeah, let's actually work on that. Let's do that. So, I've got to be very careful about this aggressive expansion. We might have to win this war and then just sit on the province for a while. So I want to wait until these guys, the Yamana, will not join a war. They are currently in another war, so that tends to make them most likely to join. On the other hand, they are winning that war, so... yeah, let's do... Everyone loves a good story. And that should technically, yeah, make us a positive income. Oh, bother. Smugglers. We have smuggler problems. Not what I wanted to see. Anyhow, let's just steal some Diplo power from our merchants. Keep our states nicely offended. We're going to throw the merchants in charge of this province. Oops. Our really good general just died. I'm going to waste 2 rerolls there to make sure I get a 2-star general. Positive spin on things. Those guys are still going to join any war, which is annoying. I don't even know how many troops the Yamana have. Let's check that out. Why? 6,000. So they are roughly the same size as I am. And they would join a defensive war. So let's not deal with that. If we're going to take these guys on, we'll wait till our ally, the Shoni here, have 10 favors. Together it would have 9 troops. So if I could stack wipe them down here in Bungo, we'd be in really good shape. So many loans to pay off. Oh well. Let's set the Hosokawa up as a rival, and let's set the Yamana up as a rival. Those guys tend to hate each other, so that helps quite a bit. I like how we can do this rice sowing season if we got up to 3 stability and gain 2 free development. It seems kind of strange. We'll forgive part of the debt. There you go. Pay off more of our loan. 27 to finish it off. That's not that bad. We'll give the merchants... Actually, we'll give the merchants both of these provinces, because they're both trade provinces. And that should hopefully net us some more money. As it is, we make the most money out of anyone in Japan other than the Shogun in trade. So that is good news. We'll do that. Instantly make that a core. We'll do that. I don't know if we'll be able to instantly make that one. Nope. Give this to the merchants. It's gonna keep it. I've got to keep an eye on their influence because it's going to be really high. On the other hand, it should, yeah, boost our trade income up a fair amount. Yeah, see, this guy gets trade from everybody else, which is going to make it very difficult to actually get any trade that matters. What is our relationship to the Shogun? 70%. So we're already rather rebellious. Although they kind of like us. Interestingly, our force limit isn't going up. Maybe they changed how daimyos worked. We'll see. I'm pretty sure for our first idea we'll probably do defensive again. Just so we get morale, double stack it, get plus 25 morale. That'll make our troops really tough to kill. The big opponent, of course, rather than uniting Japan, which, if I play it right, shouldn't be that hard, is rather the taking on China. China is going to be the big threat. We'll probably try and invade Korea first, which means we'll have to fight China in Korea, and while that is doable, fighting China is never easy. It's never ever easy. Okay, another merchant guild province. We'll give Hyuga here to the military nobles. That way they do have some influence. But it also gives me a way to boost stuff. What is going on here? A Ronin. When someone in need of a captain. Okay. Might as well just get some army tradition. We could have gotten maybe morale or other stuff, but we'd still have to hire him, and we can't afford to pay anybody, really. Use military as workforce. Nice. Small little boost to our capital province. Yeah, you must not be able to boost your land force limit anymore. That's a little annoying. Unless you have to be 50 development. I doubt it, but... Oh, you do. So... Okay. It's not showing why I'm able to raise another unit, but I am able to raise one, so we'll do so. That'll give us 7. These guys are in another war. These guys are not in a war, but they are allied to somebody else. Who are you? Oh, you're these guys. You usually die. Press they're still alive. 9 favors. Next January, technically, we could start an attack. I'm a little worried about that, though. Our aggressive expansion is still 42. Plus, since we're Japan, we can't vassalize. I suppose I can use the Sengoku Jedi claim to attack people. That could help. Interestingly, we seem to have of course we have military access through the lands because we're all the same subject of the Overlord of Kyoto. Awesome. The other thing is we want to expand fast enough this guy can't annex anybody. The last thing we want is a strong shogun. So we could call in 2 allies. But we'd be fighting 2 allies. Oh, these guys are in a war and they're not... No, they aren't in a war. Okay, let's stop drilling. There'd be 3... I think we can win this war. We'd only gonna be able to take like 1 province though. Actually, you know what? Let's go over our force limit by 1, just to lock it in. And we'll raise this fort. I don't know if they'd be able to raise enough troops to take that fort. Part of the reason I'm leaving the fort is once we take this, it'll protect my capital. Okay. Okay. Let's try this again. Our ally up north is probably going to be annihilated. Oh, we'll take the Shogun's favor. Relatively okay with that. Oh, it looks like they're at war with somebody else now too. That'll make my life considerably easier. Less people have to fight, the better. Yep, let's not attack a fleet that's waiting for me. I've learned that lesson a while ago. If the enemy is moving their troops to wait for your fleet, they're probably capable of killing you. We do outnumber them, but not by much. However, they are in a different war as well. These guys are entirely wasting their time sieging a fort they can't even take. Luckily, it's not a level 3 fort. So far, we're avoiding fighting anyone with level 3 forts, which require 9 troops. So we would definitely need our ally for that. Let's help our ally with this fight here. There we go. In order to take over Japan, we are going to need lots of galleys, which is why I'm training another one. Or ideally, I'm going to need like 10 galleys. Or else a lot of luck. Or both. We are going to actually have to repress these rebels. I am not happy about that. I did not want to have to waste power to repress rebels, but the last thing we want is a revolt. Because right now that revolt would have 11k troops, and we cannot deal with 11k troops. Okay. So... Oh, we're not in command of the siege. Great. I have no idea how the rest of these wars are going, or fights are going. All I know is my ships are winning, like, amazingly well. My ships should have been annihilated, but instead they're holding out very, very, very well. I'm surprised. Let's reinforce them, because if they hit me with all their ships at once, I'm dead anyhow. Yeah. 6 ships should work better though. These guys do not want peace. Hopefully after we take a fort, they'll peace out. But the danger I see is these Hakutayama and the Hosokawa are going to get larger. Useki, on the other hand, isn't really expanding. These guys' lands are entirely occupied. They still would not give peace. We won that, but our fleet is certainly damaged. Retreat to there. We lost quite a few ships. Okay. We should be able to piece out these guys. Oh, and I get a ton of money out of it. That is actually really nice. Oops. Oh. I guess I forced the release of a unit there. Or another daimyo. Okay. Did not really see that one coming. Peace out those guys. White peace, because there's nothing I want. And we should safely, barely safely, be able to take land from those guys. There we go. That's progress. It's actually really good progress holding on to all of that. And then to there. Just try and horse treat all those rebels. Okay, we are currently frozen for the moment until we figure out what we can do. I could attack these guys. These guys kind of like me though. Unfortunately, it's a defensive war, so they almost always answer. Let's check up on you. They have 6,000. These are Hosokawa, right? They have 7,000. So that's not a force I want to fight right now. So we will sit back, wait, and actually I'm going to... I should probably repress rebels, but I kind of want to drill my forces some... Suppose we got 5. I suppose I should go back to rebel suppression actually. The more I can repress the rebels, the better. Five years, 15 years. Okay, that's okay, I guess. Not going to be able to attack anyone else for a little while, unfortunately. Or I'm apparently going to be called into a war against these guys. Okay. And I don't honestly know what we're so worried about. Our ally seems to be doing fine. But whatever. The Oda are attacking them as well. Everybody's dogpiling on these guys. I'm gonna get another government reform fairly soon. Ah, we also can get this. Saying we've expanded it. You know, I might just develop this province into getting the Renaissance. How close are we? We're really close. I suppose I should wait on that. Okay, so we've got pirates. Woku pirates and the Bahan trade. In times of uncertainty, the fishermen and seafarers of these lands have often resorted to piracy and raiding the coasts of our neighbors. The last wave of transgressions ended in the Kaiketsu Treaty, in which some daimyo gained the right to send a regulated number of trading expeditions to foreign ports. Times and balance of power prone to change, however, and the Bahan trade has once again become an increasingly common occupation among our subjects. Some lords have themselves either started to fund or actively partake in the raids. Meanwhile, the victims of these Woku pirates have begun to offer titles and honors to those that help stop the menace. We have to go isolationist 6 times in incidents, so we are going to start by going isolationist, obviously. Also, I'm also going to build up a navy. That ought to do it. And other than that, I'm pretty much going to stay out of this war. There's no particular need for me to get involved right now. My ally seems to be winning the war. I mean, it's going to be a mess, because nobody's going to want to actually make peace, because no one's going to have a high enough war score. At least it's a one-person war, so should probably just leave, honestly. They don't need me. They've got someone else helping them siege a fort. Rather repress rebels, honestly. There we go. Keep you guys all nice and happy. Okay, well, that is going to be it for this episode. So we've gained a little bit more land. We are probably the largest daimyo at the moment. And, oh, actually, no, Hosokawa is definitely at this point. That was a big land grab. Might actually be worth me attacking them next episode to try and stop their growth. So anyhow, thank you guys all for watching, and that will be it from me. Bye for now.